Welcome to Good Mythical More. Have you been crushed by a crush? Well, we're gonna talk about some stories from mythical beasts and maybe share a few of our own.
But first, we're going to guess the definition of gubbins.
G-U-B-B-I-N-S. Gubbins. Man, I woke up from a dream and I just had a hankering for some gubbins.
Yeah, it sounds like something you could eat. It might be like a cousin that you're not that close with. He's my gubbin.
Cousin fourth removed.
It's just my gubbin. I mean, I'll see him at the family reunion, but we don't talk.
Gubbin. I think gubbins. It's like pieces of something that's like left over from a process. Like, what's the process? It's probably, I don't know, it's like cleaning an animal.
Get all the gubbins off?
Get all the gubbins off.
What if it's like penguin?
For all the hunters out there.
Penguin scat.
I think it's like a redneck karma situation.
You're
gonna get your gubbins.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're going with redneck karma. Oh,
gadgets.
It's just gadgets.
Inspector Gubbins.
That works.
It wouldn't have been the same.
So, did we ask Mythical Beasts to submit their
Yeah. I have a bunch of Mythical Beast Twitter stories, which is not, I didn't mean it like that. They're replies on Twitter. They're stories in the replies of crushes who have crushed. And we're going to commiserate, maybe give some advice. I don't know. Go back to middle school for a lot of these. Like this first one from @StarRee, who says, in middle school, this boy...
Oh, we're losing. Oh, gosh. You got to hold that button down, Stevie.
In middle school, this boy broke up with me because he was moving away. He came to school the next day with a new girlfriend. He never moved away.
Whoa, he moved on, though.
Yeah, that's what he meant. You didn't understand
the verbs wrong.
Yeah. Moving away and moving on.
Man, that is tough.
Ooh.
I'm like, what? What are the circumstances here?
I think it has. You're right. I think it has to be a misunderstanding of moving on.
No,
I'm moving on.
This is the kind of thing that a middle school boy, like, he gets with his friends and he's like, I want to break up with her. And one guy's like, tell her you're moving. And he's like, okay, that's great. It's the first thing the group comes up with. And he's like, I'm moving. And then he just thinks, hey, if she sees you the next day, you just say, oh, we decided not to move. It's a very not well thought out plan.
I was gonna say it's hard to break up with somebody, but of all the girlfriends I've had, it's not a long list, but like, they all broke up with me. They all initiated with me too. So I guess the ball was always in their court. Huh?
How many of them moved away?
None of them.
That's true. The girl always initiated with you and then also broke up with you.
The grass is always greener with the linkster.
What does that say? I was rejected by a lot of ladies. I always, without exception, initiated. But I also, the majority of the time, initiated the breakup as well. But
Did you get good at breaking up?
No, I don't think I did a good... I think... I don't even remember, like, my freshman year girlfriend, like, how I broke up with her. I think I've established why I broke up with her, because she didn't know the freezing temperature of water.
And also, she rewound VHS tapes after hitting play.
Yep.
Not after hitting stop.
Yeah, you gotta hit stop first. It goes faster that way. I don't remember, but I probably did it over the phone. Now, this is pre-text. You couldn't text your way out of a relationship back in our day.
No.
You had to be on the phone talking. But I'm pretty sure it was a phone call.
I was broken up with through other people. I was broken up with in a letter. I was,
A letter.
And a couple of times I just kind of pieced it together that we weren't together anymore.
Yeah, right, yeah. Things just change.
Well, I was going to say, like, in middle school when you're, like, dating someone, it doesn't mean anything. Because you don't go do anything.
It meant a lot to me.
Okay, this
It always meant so much. It's only in retrospect.
My first girlfriend dumped me. My 6th grade girlfriend, who was your first girlfriend as well, Leslie, she dumped me. at the beginning of that summer because it was like summertime. She's going to go to the pool.
She
the
used summer as the reason.
Yeah, I'm going to see other guys at the pool.
I think she used summer as the
reason. You go to a
for me.
different pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you got a point. You really got a point. But then every subsequent girlfriend after that, I was the one who ended the relationship up until my wife. With that relationship is still happening.
The relationship before Christy is the only one that I ended, but it was kind of mutual and it was prolonged and it was very painful. Let's move on.
Oh wow.
But
okay.
I mean, but we're really talking about crushes crushing you.
Yeah.
It's not just breakups.
Yeah. This is all crush related.
I mean, you had a lot of
crushing.
crushes that crushed you.
This next one is it's just a crush situation. I had a crush on a guy for years. And my friends finally convinced me to ask him to the dance at our 8th grade school dance. He said, or to dance there. He said, yeah, I'll be right back. And then he walked away and didn't come back. I was devastated, but eventually I moved on. This is from @Hallie Sophia.
Kind of the same thing as the first one. You
I'll
know?
be right back.
I'll be right back. Hey, look over there. It's one of those cartoonish things. This is sad.
Are they
sad.
we should know this as fathers of kids who've been through middle school, but I guess I don't ask enough questions about these dances that they go to. Are people slow dancing with each other now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even the fast dances are like very sexual.
Well, they're especially sexual. I'm just talking about like us, just a slow.
Yeah, just like a
dance.
nice.
Is that still
wholesome.
happening? And if so, what are the popular songs that people are slow dancing to? Because we had very specific songs. It's like, oh, I Swear is playing, or Free Fallin'. Even Free Fallin' was a slow dance song.
Yeah.
I
went to when Chrissy and I first got married, she was a high school math teacher. And I went with her to chaperone one of the dances.
Yeah, you got to keep them apart.
And so that was 2001, 2002 maybe. And it
Did
was,
you have like a pizza paddle that you stuck in between the kids?
and just kind of pry them apart. It was it was a little awkward, just watching. I didn't do anything. I didn't intervene in any way.
Good.
Because I wanted to seem like the cool husband who really didn't want to be there,
Hey kids, do whatever you want.
which was easy to do.
Even dry humping, I don't care. It's all fine with me.
But you had, of all the times you initiated and succeeded, you also initiated. I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but you've been crushed by your crushes.
I don't think I've ever been crushed. It wasn't like I would develop.
resilient.
I would develop crushes on girls that were so out of my league and like 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
I'd be like a sophomore or a freshman and like try to talk some senior into dating me. Like
Good for you, man.
And it was.
And when it doesn't work,
it was just kind of like
else?
you kind of knew this wasn't going to work for you, but you had to try.
Yeah.
If
If you were Michael Juby, it would have worked.
Michael Juby,
It worked.
He had some magic stuff going on.
2 years older.
Dang,
Wow, crazy.
nothing stopped him.
I've had a lot of crushes in my adulthood, and I've noticed a pattern that everybody that I have a crush on turns out to be a lesbian. Like I had a crush on Anne H. She turned out to be a lesbian. I had a crush on
Now you're talking about celebrity crushes.
I had a celebrity crush, yeah. I had a celebrity crush on Kate McKinnon, total lesbian. I've started to think as an adult man who just has celebrity crushes, it's just kind of a gaydar. I'm getting them confused. I've always said I love lesbians.
Yeah. But you don't think you're making people lesbians? That's with your
Like George Costanza.
with your crushes. That's not what's happening. Because that seems you might have been implying that, but you're just saying that you're just recognizing.
I think
lesbianism.
Anne H. and Kate McKinnon were lesbians long before I had any feelings for them.
Good. Just making sure.
But the sad thing is the feelings don't go away.
Wow.
It just makes me more confused. I hope
Have you talked to your
the
therapist about
basis
this?
for Krungben is not gay. Is she gay too? She's my crush now.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that quite a bit.
I mean, chances, I don't know who you're talking about, but via the description, yeah, I think so.
The bassist? She's a bassist. She's a lesbian, dude. The writing is on the wall.
I mean, I thought I had a crush on the lead singer for the Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
But then she wasn't a lesbian, and
Yeah,
I didn't have feelings for her anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that situation's confusing in general. I think I understand that.
Are we connecting, Stevie?
Yeah, I was, searching the list to see if there's any connection for people who also have had crushes on lesbians in the comments here. But no. I don't have anything to add there. There's just some, there's
This
some
makes
harsh...
Christy feel very secure, by the way, but not a lesbian. I just want to be clear.
Well, right, yeah.
My wife is not a lesbian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. Where do we want to go here? Here's some physical, not violence, but 6th grade, I had my first crush. She was in my first period class, and I was crazy about her. I got a ring, which I took from my mom, and I brought it to school the next day.
Wow.
I go to her locker and give it to her, and she legit threw it back at me. It was brutal. This is from Do More Better.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's coming on pretty strong. 6th grade, coming out of the gate with a ring.
Yeah, a stolen ring at that.
Yeah, I think you might have deserved to have this thrown back at you.
I mean, good for your mom, and I hope you caught it.
Good for your mom? Oh, good for your mom that she had the
threw
ring.
it back.
Oh, got
it was her ring.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I say things, and you gotta unravel it.
Did you go through a pink ice phase, anybody?
Pink eyes.
Is that just us?
What is that?
You're dating yourself.
In middle school, the thing to get somebody was pink ice.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a fake gemstone that's pink.
It's not a drug, although it sounds like
is
it.
this like from Claire's or something?
Yes, it is a stone, a fake stone that is super cheap, but for some reason I just heard the girls talking about it and they were like, pink ice. Who's getting pink ice? And I was like, pink ice, I gotta get that. I gotta go to the mall and just
Rhett's like listening in on all that.
Yeah, I just go in. I was dating a girl, and it was Valentine's Day was coming up, and I go into the mall, and I just walk through the threshold of the mall, and I was like, pink ice, pink ice, just help this boy find pink ice. I don't know where to go. I didn't know about Claire's.
But
And I just said pink ice over and over again, and eventually the security guard was like, son, follow me.
But you had that initiative. I mean,
Yeah.
I give you credit. You should have coached me more. Like, I didn't know how to initiate a relationship, how to carry on a relationship, how to know that they were attracted to women. It's like
It didn't seem like you never told me that you were having a difficult time. I did not know
wasn't
that
it
you were-
obvious? You would go out looking for pink ice? I never thought about pink ice.
I was just having to work
didn't-
so
my-
hard to get the girls interested and to keep them interested, and you seemed like you weren't having to work that hard. So I was like, oh, he doesn't need any tips. But apparently, I just didn't know about any of the inner workings of your relationships, that they were completely empty.
I mean, this is something that we have talked about, on Ear Biscuits a lot, is just the dynamic of relationships in middle school and high school. So, like, there's plenty of episodes. If you're into this, you'll be into that. I'm not trying to plug my podcast. But
Oh, that's so funny because you know what else you'd be into? I have a podcast too. It's
Yeah.
funny because we also talk about that
You do.
on my podcast.
That's right.
Reminisce-
Best
Plug
Friends
yours
Back
too.
All Right.
Reminiscing
Best Friends Back All
about your days of youth. Best
Yeah.
Friends Back All Right.
But what I'm supposed to be promoting is this hoodie. So just get this hoodie at mythical.com.
And now is that a podcast or is that a hoodie?
It's a hoodie.
Okay,
It's a minimalist hoodie. It's a minimal design.
I like it.
We like it.
When I was 14, the older boy on my friend's street I had a huge crush on saw my mom drop me off and told me how hot he thought she was, and maybe one day I would be too, because I wasn't now. That destroyed me. From Mestina
Oh,
Mashik.
14-year-old boy
Crush.
talking about the
Saw the
mom.
mom? Wow. Listen, everybody knows about the hot mom in the group. All the boys know who's got the hot mom, right? But you can't talk to the son or daughter of the hot mom about the hot mom. That's just the cardinal rule. You talk to everyone else about the hot mom. You can't confide in the daughter about the hot mom.
Who was the hot mom when we were in? Middle school or high
Well,
school?
I think we talked about, we had some like teachers that we thought were hot.
Oh yeah.
And let's see, whose mom was hottest?
We didn't have
Huh?
who?
I mean, I don't want to say. I don't want to say because I think it'll be traced back. But I mean,
Tracy.
no.
Trace back?
I just thought of one.
Well, say something that
potential-
makes me know who.
No,
what you're
because
talking
if I
about.
say it and you know who it is, that person has been contextualized enough in Rhett and Link lore that then they may
Well, just
be able to
tell me in my ear.
I mean, yeah, man.
You thought that she was hot?
Listen, I mean, yeah. Now that I think about it,
I thought that her daughter was hot.
maybe it's the 44-year-old man looking back on the mom who was probably 40 at the
Yeah,
time.
at the time we weren't having
No, I
discussions.
didn't talk about it, but I'm saying
We actually didn't have a MILF. Can you not say that?
Can you not
I
say
mean-
that?
We have Cassie and I have nicknames for people who live in our neighborhood that we don't know, but we see walking by
Yeah.
frequently. And there's a couple that we call Hot Dad and Pilates Mom.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah.
pics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're and they've got a new puppy. If Hot Dad and Pilates Mom are watching this, good Mythical More and know their nicknames.
Hot Dad and Pilates.
Nice new puppy. There's also someone we call Paul Newman.
Oh, you know Paul Newman in the neighborhood?
Yeah, and he sports, like a classic Wrangler jean that hits like right under the navel, like that look. He wears that.
Really?
Yeah. He
He's
has
shirtless?
he does like a classic Hanes white undershirt type of thing with a tuck. And then
Cowboy hat?
when it gets a little chilly, he'll do like a nice classic well-fitted flannel situation. And he just and that's how he walks around the neighborhood.
And
He
what's
just
his
looks so-
hair like?
like a silvery, a salt and pepper, nice classic style. He never interacts with Hot Dad and Pilates Mom. They walk at different times.
Yeah. Different universes.
Y'all
Like
just
Yeah.
looking
DC
out
and
your window
Marvel.
naming everybody.
Well, yes, our house is positioned in a way where that's what
You do have you've got a good, do you have a backwards walker?
saw- in your
no,
neighborhood?
but
Saw a
we're
backwards walker this morning.
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
we're at the end
the
of like
deal
a
with that?
very slight hill, so you can immediately tell who's out of shape and who's not.
I'm surprised you don't have backward walkers because they do it on a hill, don't they?
Yeah, well, our neighborhood's super hilly, so we have one very dedicated backwards walker.
Why? What is that a?
I
I think it's like a calf. You can get your calves that way.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're really into calves.
I also have a slightly older couple, I would say they're in their 50s, that walks while holding hands without
Yes!
exception.
Mine is
That's
the
sweet.
dude is about like 20 years older than the woman in the relationship, from
That's
what I
okay.
can tell. But they do walk holding hands.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like,
he don't want someone else to grab her up.
and my wife and I have a conversation about them because we have very different takes on this. She would like the idea of us just holding hands the whole time, and
That's
I'm
a stroll, not a walk.
and I'm like, I mean, I'll hold your hand for a little bit, but like it's a whole part of my body that's I can't you know what I'm saying? It's just
Well, your height dynamic just doesn't work
that's true.
unless
You're
she
like
agrees
this.
to like slightly hold her arm up.
Yeah, it's like pulling a wagon. It's like my wife's hand is wagon height. Mythical yet minimal. Shop the full minimalist collection now at mythical.com.